Hello everybody. I think most people have their idea of what they think about mud floods. But I was watching one the other day, I can't find it right now, the video, but basically there was 3 buildings on top of each other. So they built twice on top of other buildings. That means 2 other mud floods had been here. And we can already see at least one of them. There's like one in these ones because you can see the level of mud on the buildings, like on here and here and here. You can see where the mud has been, and yeah, I mean, look at this building here, for instance. Look at that. Look how much of that. I mean, like half of it was under the mud. But I don't think they're new. I think, we're always struggling with flooding. Obviously they were pretty bad, the floods, to take out so much of this place, and then when they come back, where's all the people must have gone? Well, people come back and go, hey, half our house is missing, but we're just living it. No one's reporting it in the papers or anything. And underneath the bit that they're uncovering, there's lots of arches. See on the bottom picture, arches. Always uncovering these arches, whatever they are. Look at that, half the building is underground, or was underground. You can find loads of pictures on the internet. I mean, look at that one. That one's showing you the mud. So it had to have happened. Just pictures I saw on my round. Like that one there, like there's layers of it there in that one. But it's quite incredible really, isn't it? And they don't talk about it. The governments don't talk about it. No one talks about it. Not even historians talk about it. What's your thoughts on mud flooding? I know we've covered a bit of it anyway during the months, but this one specifically on mud floods. What does everybody make of all this? Like, we've been flooded, man. We've been flooded. If I listened to the other film the other day, it's at least twice. And there in China, they had, yeah, look at that. That's more modern. It was 33 buildings from flooding. But I did notice in the picture that the grass was still there and the water was in the, yeah, so I'm not sure about that picture. But anyway, what's your thoughts?
Entrance. There's a doorway toasted. And this is the same rock formation I find right across from Mount Rushmore. And what gave this away for me, to be truthful? When I looked at Mount Rushmore, I noticed there was, like right in the back, there's an entrance. There's a doorway. But what I was thinking was, what are they looking at? Right? Like, as the old saying goes, only a fool would stare at someone pointing. Right? If you've ever seen the movie, I think it's Emily. Only a fool would stare at someone pointing. So that's why I turned Mount Rushmore around and I said, okay, well, what are they looking at? So I turned it around and I went to see, okay, well, what are they looking at? Same sort of round base there. Interesting. Didn't capture that until just now. Now, I was looking for more red brick, obviously. Now, putting all things into perspective, all things being equal, as they say, the formation of these stones seems like, totally toasted toast. And even from this angle, there's no way of telling. Obviously, I can... If it looks like a duck and smells like a duck, it's probably a duck. You guessed it. So, that's where we're at with this. I mean, if someone wants to go there, to the old tourist trap, and check it out, pay admission. I think in this you'll see the You'll see the tour buses and stuff. Alright, maybe this is where it began. Yeah, see the hole back there of the entrance? But really what I was looking at, I just smoked a doobie, guys, that's where I can barely breathe, but excuse me. But I'm still doing really well with the cigarettes. I haven't touched them. So that looks like a brick wall to me down there. And if you follow this, see that? Down there, it looks like a brick wall to me. Okay? That was where my research was going when I started looking at Mount Rushmore this way, kind of going, knowing what we know now. You almost have to see everything with new eyes in a sense, like you wouldn't go looking for that unless maybe perhaps I drew your attention, someone drew your attention to it.
And again, underneath this house you can see an extremely old building or structure. You've got windows, arches, steps. And if you look where the mouse is, it looks like they're tiny, tiny bricks. But this is directly underneath a house. You can see the ground level there and the house above it. Which is strange, because normally when you build a house you put foundations in, so why aren't these houses got foundations? They just connected directly on top, smoothed out and then built directly on top, and it must have been. This building clearly goes 2 floors underneath. Here you can see a few resets. I can see 1, 2, 3 on top of each other. Let's have a little zoom in. You can see it looks like there's been a couple of resets done here. See that top bit's the last reset, I believe. Along here would have been the original pavement line, or the previous, sorry. You can see how ancient the blocks are in between. I reckon they dug down, found another couple of floors, and then obviously dug down again and found more floors. So I wonder how far this really does go down. But the further it goes down, the older it looks. Now this looks like it's done with like Fred Flintstone rocks. You know, look at that, look at the arches. And they are big old blocks compared to that guy. The blocks are like 4 times the size of his head. Then the next level above that is a mixture of rocks and bricks. And then above that, on the last street level, it's just blocks. So this picture is quite revealing. You can see different stages here. There's definitely a few resets in this picture, at least 2. And I bet a lot of money on it. It goes down a lot further.
And here I'm just adding some more photographs. I'm probably not adding anything new really, but it is quite strange that they don't talk about this catastrophic event which happened at least once, if not twice, because I saw this other video where he's explaining that there's 2 houses underneath and they've just built on top. Why can't they tell us the truth? You know, we would understand if it was tsunamis that had done a lot of it, but the not telling the truth is the bit, isn't it? But to not even mention it, but it is there when you, there are bits when you hunt around. But anyway, look at that. Anyway, what's your thoughts? We'll just let the video finish off and leave your thoughts afterwards. Thanks very much.